Hello and welcome back to the Bathroom with Dollar or Less Food. A long time series we have not returned to in a long time. So I guess you know what we can do. This video is a video that I said I was going to do probably 3-4 years ago. 3 years ago, I think. Who knows? It's been a while. One of the long-time people on my channel past asked me to do this, and I did some work with them in the past, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring it back to old school. So this is stealing an Andrew Pinion idea. If you guys have been around long enough, you know I did some work. I did a video with him in the past. We're going to do another shaving review. So I have the Studio Selection for Men 2-blade disposable razors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shave half my face, give a review on how they feel, and see what they get. So I got these for $1 at Dollar General, so I'm going to lather up. And then my plan is to do singular or 2 passes max on one half of my face and see how it looks in comparison. For note, it's been a couple of days since I last shaved, so I have some stuff, but I don't have some overly extended scruff per se. Alright, let's lather it up and get ready to go. For reference, I'm going to use this 2-blade for this side, and for our control for the other side of my face, I'm going to use a not completely freshly new blade, but a newer blade of my Bic Flex 5. This is my go-to regular razor that I use for my every week, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to try this 2-blade Studio Selection in here. So I'm going to shave half with this, half the other half, and then give it a comparison for how well you think it did. Alrighty, here's the after, as you can see. Not touched. Touched. For the most part, it did a decent job. I will say there are a couple areas that I'm going to need to pass over an additional time, mainly around the chin area and lower neck. But it did a decent job. It felt like I did definitely need the second pass across a lot of this area, especially on the upper cheek. As you can see, I'm not seeing any scuffing or ripping of skin, so that's a plus. The one thing I will say is it did feel a little slimy at times. I don't know if my Barbasol's gone bad or what, but it felt a little slimy processing. It could just be being crazy, but overall I think it did a pretty fair job. But I gotta see how the other one does and give you a final answer. Alright, in review for the end of everything, I do have to say I did notice a couple things. In comparison, I like the Bic Flex 5 way more. A lot of what was done in 2 passes got done in 1. However, I also did notice here, if you look in the neck here, I re-added shaving cream over the entire face, and I saw, oh, this area is bleeding now, and it wasn't before the minute I put the shaving cream on. So there were some little micro tears that this one did cause. Not a huge concern, but still, I did notice that. So across the board, it was an okay shave. I've had better. I'd rather stick with my Bic Flex 5, if I'm being honest. If this gets a rating, I mean, it does its job, it's serviceable. I don't like these little nick cuts, and I don't like the needing multiple passes more than I already did. So if I had to give it a rating, I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10. Either way, this has been Dollar or Less Food, and real question, do you guys also wear hats when you shave, and what music do you listen to? Have a good one.